Fellas, the couple who make relationship conversations so cool, even when it's complicated. Actor and former NFL player Devale Ellis and his wife, TV host and actress Khadeen Ellis, have been building a community of millions through their trademark transparency, their humor. They hold nothing back. They're incredibly popular YouTube channel, The Ellises, their podcast, their New York Times best-selling book, We Over Me, just exploded, right? They just exploded. So here's the deal. Recently, I was like all of you, they shared this moment on their tour. Their tour is called Love Against the World. This moment went viral when their oldest son, Jackson, introduced his dad at Harlem's historic Apollo Theater. I've watched it a million times. Let's watch it one more. Take a look.
I just want to thank everybody here, when my parents told me that I was able to come here to the Apollo Theater, I was like, bet. You guys know I'm a kingmaker. He's always bringing the vibes. Best kingmaker ever. And my dad and my best friend.
That is so sweet. We are thrilled to have them back. Please welcome Khadeen and Devale Ellis. Come on out, family.
How are you?
Oh my God, I'm good. Thank you.
What's up?
You know what? First of all, Devale, that moment of just, you're nervous as a parent.
Yes.
And then they come out and you realize our babies are on the Apollo
Yeah.
stage introducing us.
Yeah.
Not you making us cry on the way
man.
out.
I cry in every interview. I'm like, I'm not crying today on Tamron Hall. I'm not crying. And then,
But you know what part made me cry the most?
What's that?
The sign behind them, Love Against the World.
Absolutely.
Oh
my goodness.
always love.
Yeah.
It's always
Such a
love.
proud
Because
moment.
that's what you get when you bet on love.
That's a fact.
I watched that scene from the Apollo. I've been watching this tour, and just people are hungry for something.
Yeah.
And you seem to be serving up what the menu needed.
That's always our prayer. Every time we go out on stage, we are just asking God to pour into us whatever he wants people to take away.
Absolutely.
And that's literally how we move the show. You know, the live shows have been a great way to just really keep a pulse on the community, the people who support us. So when we get on stage, we tell people, this is the biggest improv show ever, and it's about you guys. You guys will set the tone. You tell us what you want to see, what you want to hear, and what you want to feel.
But you know, that's so interesting because when I'm behind the doors, my prayer is always, God, guide my words, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want people even though it's a talk show, and I pray that the right things come out at the right
Absolutely,
time to
for the
reach
right
the
people.
right person,
Yeah.
right? But on this mission of love and relationships, what did you think was missing? Because you can go to any bookstore, there are a ton of books, but there's only one We Over Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying. So, what did you think was missing in the conversation when you all were going through your complicated moments?
In honesty.
Yeah.
And transparency and vulnerability and the ability to say that I'm not trying to be a couple goal. I don't want to be a couple goal.
Which is interesting because you don't like that couples goals title.
No.
Right. No, we
What do
typically
you
don't.
prefer?
We
Well,
just prefer. Go ahead, babe.
well,
Go for it. Go.
They're so
thank you,
cute, I
thank
know.
you. Appreciate you.
Finishing each other's
Because
sentences.
you say,
you know?
because the term relationship goals, people
Yeah.
use it a lot.
Yes.
And I always say, be careful because you never know what's
never
going on
know.
behind the Instagram post that inspired you.
Absolutely,
fact.
absolutely. For us, it was like, don't call us couple goals because you're always going to fall short of who Khadeen and Devale are because Khadeen and Devale are still trying to be Khadeen and Devale.
Right. And we're still figuring it out.
And we're struggling
Day by day.
in life trying to be the best versions of ourselves. If you think about it, what is life? Life is only practicing to be the best version of yourself every single day. So how could we sit up here and tell people, if you want to be like, you'll be like us?
Yeah.
No, don't be like you.
Right.
Be the best version of you.
And we noticed
Yeah.
We noticed that the tide shifted for us in our relationship when we stopped looking externally and we started looking within and like, what do you need from me?
Right.
And vice versa.
Okay. So you found yourself now really counselors for couples in a way. Because people
It
are
seems like
coming
that.
there feeling like, not only like they're worshiping, like a place of work, a safe place, right?
A safe place.
A safe place of
Yes,
worship of some
Judgment-free
sort.
zone.
Judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
But you're also counselors in some way. Does that make you comfortable? Because expectations are high now.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm happy that people come and they pull what they need from that moment. We've had so many people approach us, single people, married people. You helped save my marriage. You helped to give me a different approach when I talk to my wife or to my spouse or to my husband.
Because
so
that's what you're giving are tools. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what was the last big argument?
Yesterday, we...
Was it yesterday?
No.
I'm just going to get to it because I want to know how you
what?
talk.
So here's the biggest thing.
What just happened in the kitchen before
What
we got
happened in the
here?
kitchen?
We don't argue anymore.
You don't?
We don't.
You disagree?
We disagree, and
Yeah.
we've allowed each other to grow through the
What's
disagreement.
the difference in arguing and disagreeing?
So, I'll give you an example.
Okay, because I want to know the difference between arguing and disagreeing.
I'll tell you the exact argument. Before we were coming here, Khadeen and I have date nights.
Okay.
Every once a week. But we have a night, every night, where we spend time with each other. And during these times, I felt like, man, you're kind of disregarding the things I need. You know what I'm saying? I want my wife. I want that friend. I want the friendship. I want the cuddles. I want the love. But she's tired. She's exhausted
Right.
sometimes. She has 4 kids. Well, we have 4 kids.
Yeah.
4 boys.
And,
She heard it. She got 4 boys.
She got 4 kids. I don't know what happened. What happened? Came home one day, these kids was here.
She happens to have 4 kids who really look like you.
Exactly. I don't know where she
I
found
don't
them.
know where she found these
She
4
found these kids
babies
somewhere.
that look just like you, all
Right.
of them.
Magic.
Right.
So,
yes.
so she's tired. So you have a date night,
So
right?
every night,
she
says, let's watch something. And
Right.
I'm like, you gonna fall asleep in 10 minutes?
Right.
And she's like, Devale, I'm not gonna fall asleep. Watch the TV, don't watch me.
Right.
So 5 minutes into watching BMF, this
Right.
is Khadeen.
Okay, so Khadeen and I must have the same DNA.
I think we do.
Because
It's called mom.
It's called mom.
Momming.
Because I don't make it through the first credits. And my husband says, you know, oh, you fell asleep last night. And I woke up and I was like, of course I fell asleep last night. I mean, so how did you all, first of all, why was that triggering for you?
So I know that my intent is to always just, of course, have the great date nights and stuff. But it's just the day at the end of the night. Now I have to find a way to pivot. So we're not waiting until the end of the night to hang out and maybe doing day dates.
Oh.
So it's like having the conversation now. This disagreement became a conversation because we're trying to see, how can I pivot? How can you get what you need, but how can I stay awake?
Right.
So we agreed to doing, not waiting till the end of the night when everyone is tired.
So that makes it a
everyone
conversation versus an argument where someone is feeling bad. It's about focusing on the
and
pivot.
being solution-oriented.
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 It's not just about, this is how I feel, you gotta do what I want you to do. It's not about that, it's, hey, babe, listen. First of all, it's also knowing when to approach. I didn't want to have this conversation with her at 2 in the morning because she had to be up at 6 in the morning to help get the kids ready. So I'm like, you know what? Let me be considerate of my wife and not have this conversation at 2 in the morning. So we went to sleep. Woke up the next morning, she gets the kid ready. I help take the kids to school. We come back. I said, hey, babe, just like this. I said, hey, babe, can I talk to you for a minute? She's like, what's up? I said, I think there's times when you kind of disregard me. She, rather than going, oh, God, Devale, she goes, what do you mean? Oh. The fact that she cares how I feel, because a lot of times we hear these conversations where men don't get a chance to express themselves.
Ooh.
That's not true in our house.
And I try to make it a safe place for him to express himself.